Yo, welcome to another F1 Manager 2022 tips video. Today's tips will be covering the subject of fuel consumption. And probably one of the most common questions I see asked is, why do I keep running out of fuel? This one can be tricky if you're not familiar with how to assess the data that's being shown. For example, some people will see a plus and a number after it and assume that that number is exactly how many additional laps of fuel they have. Now, that's not strictly correct. If you were to maintain the current pace that you were doing for the rest of the race, then you will finish the race with that plus amount that is being shown. It's a predicted amount should you continue at the same pace that you're doing. And as you'll be pushing, conserving and balancing at different points through the race, this is a number that will constantly be evolving. Something you'll want to consider before the race starts is checking how much fuel you have on board and whether you can add additional laps. Some tracks you can't add anything, and those tracks it will be tight on fuel, and there's a hint straight away there that you'll probably want to conserve quite a lot on those tracks. Alternatively, on other tracks you can add up to 7, 8, 9 laps. I think maybe even one of the tracks you can add up to 10 laps of additional fuel. Adding extra laps of fuel is going to make it very easy for you to push for large portions of the race, but something you're going to want to bear in mind is it will make your car a tiny little bit heavier. Personally, I prefer to add the laps of fuel and not worry about the tiny little weight addition. I like to be able to push when I want to and still have the security of knowing I'm going to finish the race with some fuel on board. Something to note, if it's raining, you will automatically save more fuel than was expected, as in the rain you are lifting and coasting at almost every corner. So always remember to check the weather report as well before the race begins. Thanks very much for checking out today's video. Stay tuned for any future F1 Manager 2022 tips, guides or news content. And until then, be nice to each other and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.